You described yourself back then as a beautiful girl. So if you were a beautiful girl, why do this?
Yeah, I liked my body from the beginning and to now every step. But like the boys, like their brand new car, they
Oh my God, are you having me on? This is not, can't be real. This has got to be fake, like. So Uncle Jason's just got to read this. Sorry, she's done the Michael Jackson reverse. What the actual? Why are you people so unhappy with the way they are? They've got to make such drastic changes to themselves. Oh my! I tell you what, I don't. This must be so insulting. I haven't even got like half a minute into the video, and I always can think this must be so insulting for people from ethnic communities already. God, why can't you be happy with this? With what you're born with, like? Oh.
love to work on it. And if they see, wow, nice results, let's find this piece, and so tuning is a little bit more than expected.
Well, there's been a lot of work going on, a lot of body work going on.
Look at the air cushions on. Oh my goodness. The only good thing about them though, she's in a car accident, she's got good airbags on her, so she ain't going to get herself hurt, like, and she won't knock any of the plastic surgery out the window, like. But my goodness gracious me, man. Imagine normal life, like, you'd be like the Launchpad of Notre Dame, like, man. No way, man. No. What has she done to herself, man? I'd love to see a picture of what she was like before she started all her surgeries and skin injections and whatever else she's done to get like this. Oh my days. Oh my days.
That's for sure. 24 procedures. What aside from the obvious, what have you had done?
Also, when we last met, I was much smaller. Also, actually, I have 7,100 cc each. But not only my skin color changed, also in meanwhile, also I've realized that my eye color has changed, my eyebrow color has changed, and also my regrowing hairs are more black, also more darker, and going curly.
So we should explain this a little bit further, because this has changed. Martina has come around because of these tanning injections, and it was one of your surgeons that recommended that you should use these tanning injections because you weren't getting the deep tan that you wanted just by going out into the sun. So how was that kind of sold to you? Was it explained that this would be a side effect, that you could get a very deep tan and that your eye colour would change?
Sorry. Uncle Jason just letting Holly finish before I pause this. Like, actually, what the actual? Tanning injections? Like, why? Why? Like, I don't even know if I can make a joke. Seriously, I have got a question. Has she got a screw loose like man? Like, absolutely. Why are you that unhappy with yourself? Doesn't matter what ethnicity you are, what spectrum you are and going to be, whatever, right? That's irrelevant, right? It doesn't matter if you're Michael Jackson or if you're this lady here, right? Both opposite ends of the spectrum, like, right? Why do you need to feel the need to have injections and surgeries to make your hair like curly, like afro curly? Afro curly, like, you know, people who are Afro-Caribbean have Afro-Caribbean hairstyles. Why do you need to feel the need to do this to yourself? And it must just... And this is... I've just seen this. This is in America. Now, I know for one thing, if she's in the UK, she might have got half this for free, like, because of her mental health, like. But I'm telling you this now, in the United States of America, she'd have to pay for this, like. I only dread, and my eye will be watering, are the medical bills. I wouldn't be far short if she's not near £1 million on medical, £1 million or $1 million on medical bills, like, man. Like, sure, someone's got to say to her, look, love, I know you want to do this and do that, but my goodness, where is common sense? Where is, like, teaching people to be happy who they are and be what you are, and what you are is what you are, and be happy in your own self? Yes, you can make improvements to yourself to a degree, but be happy with who you and what you are. Like, This makes all like people who transgender who transform from one gender to another. This makes like this like I don't know, like minuscule compared to this. It's just like this is on a whole nother level. Like this actually, Uncle Jason, you cannot believe what I'm watching. Like she's crazy, absolute crazy. It's not even like just like eyebrow to make her change her eyebrows and all the rest. Like it's just not needed. I don't know what's more crazy, like the skin injections or them airbags. I'm trying to work out. It's all just like the whole messed up packet. She's just messed somewhere deep inside this poor lady. She's clearly messed up because there has got to be something psychologically there to why she's doing this. I don't like being blunt like that, but my goodness gracious me. Wow.
Yeah, also when in the constellation they said it will tan the skin more than if you go only in the sun. But for me, this new medicine works especially good. Also I have to say I didn't inject myself. The doctor did it. Also there were 3 injections in January and nothing else, only a little bit sun, and now I'm really dark.
So what? This has happened after 3 injections.
Yeah, in the middle of January.
Wow. And
Right. Well, I'm glad she clarified a doctor did the injections because judging on her just by her talking and her level of intellect, I'd be quite scared if she had any kind of weapon, any kind of kitchen knife or needle or anything, sewing needle, injection needles, anywhere in her reach. Like, oh my goodness, this is just so messed up, man. I can only dread to think the long-term health implications upon her health for this. Wow.
the injections, am I right? They're £170 a time, so they're not cheap to have, but they're also unregulated. So nobody really, it's not gone. Nobody knows how safe they are, I think is what I'm trying. Do you worry about your safety taking these injections?
No. Also, we had a long consultation in...
Sorry. Why? That just makes it even worse. Unregulated medicines. Oh my goodness. That is just, no. You don't do, like... You're putting your life at risk to do something that's probably not within your best interest, physically or mentally. Oh my goodness.
January, and it seemed to be safe, and as I have in the all time I have no side effects, only being more attended in whole body.
I've got
And I'm
to
really
ask.
proud of it.
Yeah, the one controversial aspect here, because we interview people all the time who want to change their appearance, people who see their bodies as ongoing artwork. All well and good, that's absolutely fine. But you have stepped into the realms of controversy by saying that you now identify as black. Now, what do you mean by that?
Notice here how Philip Schofield said that very delicately and reading from a script very, very carefully, like. But that's he's just brought up a whole nother ball game, like. There are going to be people in communities all around the world that are going to watch her and be absolutely enraged. And now, because obviously she's had these injections to look a certain way, she's going to now identify. But in this world of you can be what you want to be, and if you've got a penis, you can still be a woman. Can we say that she's had channel injections to look a certain way? Can we then still say no, you're not black, you're white because that's what you're born? Or do we have to say she's black? Because it's a very, 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 very technical area. Like, this is what happens when you have to start putting things in boxes and labels and stuff. To me, She's just a human being with a lot of psychological issues, right? First and foremost. And it's not about because she wants to change from being white to black. That's nothing to do with it. It's the amount of procedures she's having done to herself. Like, you can see, like, they're like over the top procedures. Unregulated medicines that could cause severe harm to her. And also, I know I'm not even touched on yet the offensiveness on how people from communities will see this. I'd be very interested, my nieces and nephews, for your opinions on this in the chat below. Please keep the comments respectful and please be careful of wording because the YouTube censors otherwise will not post a comment. But I'd be interested to see your personal views on what you think about this. How you would identify her? Because it's going to be a very, very controversial issue what we identify her as. Now she clearly identifies as a woman, so that's done. But it's the other side of the coin, you know. It's just, I don't know. Uncle Jason did not like it when Michael Jackson was taking bleaching injections to make his skin whiter. And I don't like this the same. Absolutely, it's the same. I don't like neither. Neither are right. You shouldn't have to be ashamed of your skin, your body you're born into to change. Like, I get you make changes like you want to lose weight and stuff like that. And if you are the 0.3% who have gender dysphoria, you need to go through the change. Of course, you should help and support, of course. But there's a difference between making changes that need to be made, or are a severe need, and or beneficial to you as a person. To this is to me just absolute lunacy. Like, I would love to know what's made her think the way she thinks and why she thinks A, this was a good idea to do, B, why she wanted to do it, and C, what her upbringing was like and what the people around her was like. Because somewhere something's happened. I'm telling you this now. You do not go through things like, even Michael Jackson, he had issues growing up where he wasn't allowed to be a child, and that basically dictated his whole psychological issues he had. There's always something to trace back to why someone is what they are, and on her, we don't know yet. But hopefully we'll find out in the rest of this video.
Yeah, not only my whole body, so not only the appearance changed, also my feelings and my beauty ideals. For example, a little bit after when I met you, I was in a swimming pool with a lot of white people, and some just came from the tanning bed with a little bit medium tan. But when I saw them, wow, it's going to be strange. They're all so pale, and yeah, this medicine is
I
really,
get that.
really good.
I understand that people will obviously they're going to react, but it's the fact that you say you identify as black.
I don't want to fight the black people. I do it for myself. It is not a media attention. I'm just talk with them who want to talk with me, because I'm really proud that this medicine works for me so well, and I can feel in myself that I'm changing to a black woman. I know that I'm a black woman, but I have to say I have to learn more about all these cultures, and that's the reason why I'm going to be in January. I want to go to Africa to learn more about the cultures to avoid misunderstandings.
Wow. So she wants to avoid all the misunderstandings and the controversy, her being accepted as a black woman. It's good that she's engaging with people. She wants to sit down and have grown-up conversations with people, and will give that time to people, and understands that when you make such a shocking change and do something so outside the box, that sometimes you will need to have grown-up conversations with people and not just be a narcissist. I will give her credit there, because that shows a level of sociological progression that I didn't think at the start that she had. I'll be honest. So I'll give her a praise there. I don't think learning about the culture of Africa is going to make people's opinions change. I think you can sit down with people and you can talk with people, and that's all. I always promote that. But I think the problem is going to be is we live in such a divided world at the moment where people put in boxes all the time and stuff. I think this is going to be, for people, is going to be pro-divisive and as maybe seen as a step too far. And maybe even some people may even see this as blackfacing 2.0. Where people who, like, for example, back in the 70s, they had like the minstrel dances where the white people painted their faces black. It's called blackface, which we do not do anymore. It's absolutely correct. We do not do that anymore. But what she has done could be arguably worse than something that was looked back on the 70s as abhorrent and banned. She is doing something that's worse. That is what she's got to deal with. I just don't. It's this whole thing, you are what you feel. So really, Uncle Jason could say tomorrow, I'm a gender fluid penguin, and you would have to identify me as a gender fluid penguin. Do you know what I mean? Like, there's people out there online already, and I've seen this already, who identify as cats and dogs, and they've got their animal pronouns and all, you know. To be honest, there's so many different pronouns now, and I've lost track of them all. There's just so many. But she is going to struggle with acceptance in communities as a whole because of the nature of what she's done. And also, Uncle Jason knows the sort of how the feelings were around things like the 70s blackfacing. And this is going to be seen as blackfacing 2.0. I get this is a permanent change. This is skin change, skin deep change. This is not a performance and stuff like that. I get that, but this is going to be highly controversial on that point. Like, there are things you probably shouldn't do in life, and I think when you have to start injecting your skin to change who you are, like I said earlier, I would question why she wants to do this. There's something there, and we're not scratching the surface yet of why. There's more to this than she feels like she feels that she's a black woman. There's a lot more to this than what she feels like. I'm telling you this now, my nieces and nephews. I'm watching her and I'm listening to her and I'm analysing her on a very, very deep level. Like, you know, Uncle Jason has my professor stroking going on. But literally, all jokes aside, there is some deep underlying issues here.
And to know about the cultures and the person itself.
But you understand that race and colour is much more than skin deep. It's heritage and pedigree and tradition and history and struggle. It's all of those things that you can't hope to get anywhere near with 3 tanning injections.
No, but also the all these steps, also having black curly hairs and going to change also my nose to really African version, also more wider here,
and having further surgery,
and also have rebirth.
I don't think she's understanding the point. Having more surgery to make you change yourself, your appearance wise, is not going to change the opinion upon what Bill and Holly are trying to say to her. Like, I think they're trying to be very, very tactful in what they're trying to say to her, and she's not understanding it. Having more surgery is like saying, she's basically saying, well, if I have a nose job and I have this, I have that, then I will be a black woman. Like, again, it comes back down to the whole trans issue. You basically, your DNA is your DNA, and I think it comes back down to that, really. It comes back to every core fibre of your DNA, and she can't have a brain transplant. She can't have a DNA transplant. You know, her DNA is what it is like. Do you know what I mean? And I think that's what Phil's trying to get across to her, but I think she's not understanding it fully. And I worry for her because how far is this going to go? How far will she take this? And the problem is these kind of things, it's when you take it one step too, she's already taken it too far, but when you take that one extra medical procedure, that's dangerous. It only takes one medical procedure to go wrong for your life to be in danger. Or your life to be changed beyond all measure of magnitude.
Yeah, and also have butt implants. Like, also, I like the curves of black women, and I want to get them step by step. But also, I have going to Africa in different countries. Also, I have the most invitings for Kenya. It will be my first step to meet the people in person and learn more about the histories. But I know.
Right. I've just picked up on something else here. Her voice has been, it's been a thing I've been thinking all video, but what's going on there? She's actually, I think somewhere along the line, she has been doing lessons and she's trying to deliberately change. When she's speaking, she's having to think about her pronunciation so much. She's trying to change her accent and her voice from her natural voice to an artificial voice. So she's trying to make her voice sound more like African Caribbean black woman voice. And it's so obvious that she is doing that. And again, I know they say impersonation and copying people is a form of flattery, but I don't think in this case that's going to be the case, you know. Again, there's something about it where she feels ashamed to be what she was. Again, Michael Jackson had the same thing, you know what I mean? Like, but there's something, I don't know, I just am worried for her.
Africa has a lot of different states, and I have a lot of fans and friends all over Africa. I'm going step by step, visit different countries to learn more about the culture and to find which of these countries is matching most to mine, to myself.
So basically, she's going to travel around Africa and then find a country who she likes or identifies with, and she's now from that country. So basically, Uncle Jason could turn around and say tomorrow, then, well, I'm a Japanese woman from Japan because I identify as a Japanese woman from Japan. Like, I know that sounds ludicrous, what I'm saying, and obviously I'm not going to do that, I'm just making a point. But is it how ludicrous is what she's saying is? I think this is another misconception I think she's getting, is she's trying to say, well, black people from Africa. That's not, no. There are different ethnicity of people all around the world, born in all different countries. You have black Americans, black Europeans, black Japanese people. You have different ethnicities of people in different countries. To say that, oh, I'm a black woman now, so I've got to be African, is what she's trying to get. I think what she's trying to communicate this is what she's trying to convey her thoughts are. That alone is highly, highly offensive, what she's saying. And I don't think she realises that. This is where she needs people around her, maybe to sort of maybe educate her a lot. Because I don't know what she's gone through and what she's going to mean, but I can see straight away, I'm sure all my nieces and nephews in the chat will be able to see it as well, that there is something here why she is doing this, and also the fact that how controversial and how misguided what she's saying is. And it's not, and I don't think she's trying to cause offence by what she's saying, but she's not going to understand. She's going to cause massive amounts of offence from how she's talking. And I could argue she's probably putting equality back by a few decades as well, which is another whole other ball game we've not even covered yet. Uncle Jason could spend hours dissecting this, I really could. Like Uncle Jason says, I'd be interested to get all your opinions in the chat of my nieces and nephews. As always, thank you for watching. Please like, share and subscribe. And also thank you to all my nieces and nephews so far of all the love you have shown me as well. It's much appreciated. And I'll see you in the next one.